So as crazy as it sounds, I've lived in Australia for a month now, like 4 weeks. And so through that, it's really been like, I would say like an easier transition than I assumed. Because before, like I've been abroad, like most of the times, like I said last time, but it's been like 2 weeks or something like that. Like, and it's been very like holding your hands tight. Like we have a tour in the morning, so we have to like wake up at this time, and like we're always going in a group and stuff like that. Like here, I live here. Like my program, they set stuff up for us, and like my dorm or like my school might have like certain stuff like that we have, but it's not necessarily like someone like holding your hand and saying like you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this. So it's like really like if you're hungry, like you have to get groceries, you have to eat and everything like that, because like at least where I live, like we don't have like a meal plan or anything like with our with the dorm that I live in, because technically like it's like right on campus, but it's technically like off campus housing. So it is really genuinely, I feel like I'm like really starting to like get into like the culture, I guess. Like I'm not true Aussie or anything like that, but you know, like I'm like really like learning everything. I do say like I've said mates a couple times, so like it's not mate, I've been told it's like mate. So I've said that a couple times just within conversation. I say Macca's instead of McDonald's now. Like, do you guys want to go to Macca's? It just sounds so much better in my opinion. And like Woolworths, we never called it Woolworths even since I've been here. Like everyone called it Woolies here, so like we just say like Woolies, just like the grocery store. Um, but as far as like living here, one thing I appreciate is that the tax already added into like all costs. So if something's $5, you go to the cash register and it's $5. Like in my mind, like I just feel like that sounds like so much better than like in the US. Like we're constantly like $5, and then we go to the cash register and it's like $7.25 or something like that because of tax. And like to have it just added in already, so you already like know what you're actually spending, is like so much better. And you can like have your money ready and stuff like that. You don't have to like guess how much like something's gonna like be. Like it just, I feel like all countries should have like that. That just makes so much more sense. But they don't have like the 5 cents. I mean, they don't have like a penny. So like if anything's like 2 cents, then it's free. But if it's 3 cents, then like it rounds up to 5 cents. If that like, I mean, so like if something's like your total's like 457, then they'll say like your total's 460. Or if your total's like 452, they'll be like your total's 450. And like at first, like I thought they were like joking me with that, because like that's like when I checked out like at the Woolies or whatever, they like told me my total, and I like I could see the thing had like it in like a 3 or whatever. She rounded up, and I was like, does she like know that I'm like not from here? Like is she trying to like play a trick on me? Like is there something I'm supposed to know? Like am I supposed to notify like a coworker like no, like I know what you're really trying to do, or I really know like that trick or something like that. Like I'm really an Aussie. I don't know, but like yeah. So that kind of threw me off at first, but like now I'm kind of like just like a pro a little bit at it, you know. But yeah, a lot of stuff I guess has happened within like the past 2 weeks. It seems like I feel like we've like had so much like events and stuff. But like Australia Day happened. So Australia Day is kind of like in America is kind of like a combination of Columbus Day and 4th of July. So like 4th of July in the sense of like we always like go to like a bobby or barbecue or something like that, and like we like hang out with friends. I mean like we like go to the lake here, they like go to the beach and stuff like that. We get like all like decked out in like US flags and stuff. But then like Columbus Day, like that's symbolizing like Christopher Columbus coming over, and like we all like know like the history, like he killed a lot of like indigenous people and everything like when he came over. So even though like we still celebrate as a holiday, it's still kind of like controversial. But like Australia Day is like more of a step up. Like they're aware like of the like indigenous culture here, and they're like really like active about like respecting them and like acknowledging the history and like what they've done and like how they've like cultivated like Australia's land and everything like that, like over like the years and everything. Like it's really, I like really respect like the way that they like acknowledge them. I know like I've also heard like it's like a learning thing. Like it's not like all completely perfect, like the relationship and stuff like that, but it's still like progressing and they're still like acknowledging like everything that's happened in the past as well. But like Australia Day is like basically they also call it Invasion Day. So it's like the day when the Europeans came over and like settled in and like yeah. So it wasn't necessarily like a celebratory day, but a lot of people will be like change the date. I've seen that, or like they'll have rallies for like indigenous people like on the day of. So of course, out of like those 2 days, like Columbus Day and 4th of July, we assumed that it would be more like 4th of July. So like we had like Australian shirt and stuff like that on, and like maybe it was just like the place that we went, but like nobody had anything on. So we are just like, okay, all right. So like we kind of did like a celebrate, like we celebrated like on like both sides. So like we did like go down to like the harbor and stuff like that. And like we saw like the events that they had going on like to celebrate the day. And then like went to like a Bobby later with some people that we like met. And so like went to like a pool party and stuff like that. And it was like really fun to like kind of like meet new people and stuff like that, and like kind of still just like be, because they were all from Australia and stuff like that, so it was still like fun to like kind of like meet them and stuff. But you know, we also did like, they also have like during SidFest stuff like that, they still have like different like events for like indigenous people and stuff like that, and like so you can like really like know more about like their culture and like the history and stuff like that of Australia Day / Invasion Day. Yeah. So another thing that's happened is, I guess I feel like I keep getting like all these like "Are you okay?" text, because like it seems like so much stuff is like happening in this country. But so I don't think I really like acknowledged like the fires last time, but yeah, like I personally, it's bad. Like I know like it really is, like the koalas and the kangaroo, like those populations have like dropped drastically. But like personally, like I can't say that like I see like the fires out my window or anything like that. Like the more effects that like I've experienced is like on like smoky days, or like if a wildfire started up, like let's say in Victoria, then like I might see like smoke like in the distance. Like it might be like foggy for the day, and like we can't really see like the city as clear as like you would like other days. And like for the past like week or so, like it's been fine. So like it hasn't been like really like smoky, but like on like really bad days, like you can like even smell smoke. And so like there's been like a lot of like, I don't know if it's like related to like, necessarily to the fires or like to the drought, because it's like a combination of both. But like I know like with the shower, you're supposed to limit like your showers. If you water your plants, you can only water it like before 8 a.m. and after 4 p.m. And you have to use a watering can, like you can't use your hose. So like there's certain like things in place to kind of like combat like the drought and everything. I'm not sure how much like people like use it and stuff like that. And I know like the race course that's like by us, like it has like special permissions, so like it can like actually like use like a hose, like, or yeah, like a hose or like a sprinkler system and stuff like that. So like certain areas have like certain permissions, but like otherwise like you just like have to like use the sprinkler, like the, I guess like the hand, I don't know, I'm trying to like imagine what people are telling me. Like I imagine like a hand little sprinkler system instead of like an actual like electric one that like comes out the ground. But so yeah, so it's bad for like the country, but like as far as like my personal experience with it, like it hasn't been something that I would say like I came like face to face like contact with, like it inhibited like my everyday life or something like that. Like there are people that have like walked around with masks and stuff like that. And like another thing is like we check like our air quality for the day, like if it seems like really smoky or something like that outside, which like I said, like it hasn't like in at least like the past week or so, like we can see. But like let's say that 200 means like bad for Australia. So in Australia, okay, so like in Australia, they'd be like, today's like a really bad air day and stuff like that. And based like on the air quality like scale and stuff like that, they'll be like 200 really bad. Whereas like in the US, using the same scale, they won't say it's like really really bad until like 300. And so like if people like look at like Australia and they're like, oh, today was a bad day, they're like, oh my gosh, like the fires and stuff like that, like it's like a really bad day and stuff like that. Whereas like it actually might be like better air quality than the US. That day, like US might be like 203 and they might be like it's moderate today, and then Australia is like it's really bad today, and the whole time like they're better. So like it kind of factors in. I think like a lot of the media and stuff like that kind of like has that difference, but they might not like portray that because of course like you know they always want like the breaking news and whatever is most exciting and stuff like that. But so like I just know like I'm like on social media and stuff like that, I'm just like watching like what everyone's like thinking. And like as far as like Sydney area and like where I'm at, like I know like in the like not too far from me, like it's been bad. Well, I think like the closest it's been is like 3 hours away, but like otherwise like where like my area that I've been in and like all the suburbs that I've been around, like it hasn't really been bad. But like I see like the news and they're like freaking out and stuff like that, like everything, and I'm like, I mean it is, but like it's still like livable. Like I haven't had any issues. But if you have like respiratory issues and stuff like that, they might say like stay in today. But another thing, like speaking of like the like stuff that's going on is we have had like the coronavirus that has been released. Like we got an email that it was actually like a girl on our campus got it. So like yeah, I'm not really like familiar with the virus and stuff like that, but like as far as like I know, it's like something like to be like in close contact to. And like she was kind of like in her own like she kind of like stayed like in her like dorm, or like she stayed in her room. Like she wasn't really like she didn't come in contact with people. And like the people who did she did come in contact to, like they've all been tracked. I really don't know how the process is and stuff like that, but or like how like that all like went through. But as far as I know, like she wasn't contagious on the plane. She wasn't or like she just wasn't in close contact with anybody for anybody else to like really like catch it, because it's like it's supposed like not an airborne disease and everything. And so yeah, like that whole dorm that or apartment that she was even stayed in, because she only got here like a week ago, and the whole apartment was evacuated and like cleaned and everything like that. So like a lot of like precautions have been like taken, or I guess like actions have been taken and stuff like that to like make sure that everything has been like taken care of and stuff. But yeah, school is great. I finished my last class on Monday, so we had a field trip, and we had so like 10 lectures and 10 tutorials. So on Monday will be my last class for J term before my final, and I'll just be finishing up my last assignments like after the final and everything. Well, I'll probably get it done before the final, but yeah. So I can't believe it's really been a month. I'm like so tired, like already. Like I mean, it's only like 9 o'clock, I think, but yeah, I've been like so tired. But yeah, as far as like getting out and like meeting people, stuff like that, and like spending money, we've gotten really better. We've gotten better at making sure that like if we want to go out and have fun and stuff like that, we'll go like before the date. So like if let's say like you want to go to like a club or something like that, and it might charge you like $10 after 10. So like we make sure like we leave at like 9, or if it might charge you like 20 at 11, like 40 at 11. Like there's like different, like of course like different clubs and bars have like different rules. But like if that's the rules, like we're like pros at it now. We're like, you know, we gotta go. It's Wednesday and stuff like that and stuff like that. And other times we'd be like, I know it's Wednesday, but like I'm not going out. Like so it's like either way and stuff like that. We really utilize public transportation. I mean, at least like for my apartment for sure. Like we are like, when's the bus come? When does light rail come? Like everything. I know like other people use like or like we use like Uber too. Like if like the bus is like just too far away, or like we just like missed it, we're like, okay, like we can Uber, we can split Uber and stuff like that. So that is like active here. In taxis too, they have a lot of taxis because we're like in the city. Yeah, I think I like covered everything that's been happening within the past 2 weeks. I feel like it's all kind of like blurring together because now I'm like, before it was like the first 2 weeks I've been here, now I'm like, I don't really remember what I said last time versus like this time and everything. And like, I've just been like, I feel like I've just like been a night owl recently and just like been up. But yeah, follow hashtag study abroad so black. Shout out to them. And yeah, I'll just continue posting my little videos of the past 2 weeks and everything like that. I know I say I'm not consistent, but you know, I'm really trying.